because you can't have one without the other. Unearthly, history, and paranormal investigation.
We start off Season 3 with a visit to the beautiful city of New Orleans, which will forever be remembered as the heaviest investigation site we've ever taken on as a team. Although now left abandoned, the energy of the past still lingers strongly at the Market Street power plant. After all that has happened here, what we felt and captured only proves that not only is there activity here, the supernatural energy has been building and building over the nearly half a century it has been dormant. But let us start from the beginning of our trip.
Hello, it is me. Hello, and it is Bert, and we are going to New Orleans, as you can see. Bada boom, New Orleans. And there's some very pretty, like, roadside stuff.
Traffic is getting worse. You will now arrive at 5:17 p.m.
Traffic is getting...
If it's going to be another round of storms.
Oh yeah, we've been going through crazy storms this whole time, but we're in Baton Rouge right now.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
There we go. Yeah, it's been a lot of that all day. So
yeah. Lots and lots of weather, lots and lots of vehicles on the road, so we made it safe. Yay, we're almost there.
we keep a close eye on the weather on our path, but literally just minutes after taking this footage, tragedy strikes not even 2 hours away from us.
Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
And that breaking news comes from just off Port Fourchon in the Gulf tonight. During this evening's heavy storms, a lift boat capsized. There were more than a dozen people on board at that time, and we do know that the Coast Guard is out on the water for search and rescue at this hour.
Now, this all started this afternoon about 7 nautical miles offshore from Port Fourchon. This video here was posted publicly to Facebook, and it shows the Coast Guard cutter there and the capsized boat on some really, really rough waters. Now, we know that the U.S. Coast Guard and several Good Samaritan vessels responded and worked to rescue those on board, and it looks like 6 of the 18 have been recovered at last check, but the search does continue.
With the crew of 19 individuals. So what we know of the weather conditions at the time is that we had 80 to 90 mile per hour winds. Now, consider that challenging. 80 to 90 mile per hour winds and 7 to 9 foot seas. That's challenging under any circumstance. And so we don't know the degree to which that contributed to what happened, but we do know those are challenging conditions to be out in the maritime environment, is what we can say with fidelity.
As we keep nearing our destination, the weather breaks and we decide to take a ride past the incredibly dreary, abandoned Six Flags of New Orleans. As this place is under high security and many accounts that crocodiles, snakes, and boars have taken over inside, this is one location that we will stay far away from.
One of the city's biggest visible black eyes. It's the first thing many people see when they enter New Orleans on I-10.
An almost 250-acre piece of land on the city's eastern edge. Mayor LaToya Cantrell hopes it will soon be redeveloped.
Our destination, which will serve as our headquarters over the next few days, fittingly, is a beautiful but reportedly haunted bed and breakfast, the Fleur-de-Lis Mansion. Well, we got here. This place looks amazing. And the jazz room. Oh my god. What? Leave me alone. Haunted B&B. And they left us wine. These guys are incredible. So supposedly this place is haunted. Top of the list of haunted bed and breakfasts in New Orleans. Actually, I think it wasn't even New Orleans, it was just bed and breakfast. So, yeah. Well, here's to our New Orleans investigations.
Yay!
Cheers.
Cheers. Yay, New Orleans!
Yeah!
When I was a little girl, my grandmother used to say, "Our family just goes from catastrophe to catastrophe." Growing up, that seemed like such a damning statement, as if the only things remembered and recorded were tumultuous rather than joyful. As a historian looking back on her words from over 30 years ago, I see this differently now. History tends to highlight the worst events of human tragedy, but the life that happens between the major events is where the stories, lore, and folk practices are created and preserved. One could say that of New Orleans. From being founded in 1718, to massively destructive fires that led to rebuilding and expansion, to epidemics that gave rise to healers and miracles, and natural disasters that taught neighbors to come together to care for both the living and the dead, New Orleans is a city where history comes alive between the events that created it. One of New Orleans' most beloved and revered history makers is Marie Laveau, the Voodoo Queen of New Orleans. Marie was born a free woman of color around the year 1801. She was a lifelong Roman Catholic who attended daily Mass. Marie's early spiritual education came from her mother and grandmother, and it was common practice to mix elements of voodoo and Catholicism. Around the 1840s, she was rumored to have been taught voodoo by Sanite Dede, Marie Salopé, and Dr. John. While not much is known about the specifics of her rise to power, a newspaper article from 1869 refers to her having been, quote, the Voodoo Queen for a quarter of a century. Skeptics of Marie Laveau's power credit her knowledge and dealings of some of New Orleans' elite and influential, coming from her work as a hairdresser. Despite the few critics, Marie helped people from all walks of New Orleans life. She comforted prisoners, educated orphans, posted bail for women of color who were accused of crimes, and also came to the aid of many indigenous people. Marie Laveau was also known to perform public rituals in Congo Square. Many say she died with a smile on her face as she met whatever it is that resides on the other side of the veil.
Billed as, quote, the largest electrical generating plant in the South. In a Times-Picayune article, the plant first started producing power in 1905. Sitting on the Mississippi River, the generating station supplied power by burning coal, then would use the river water to cool the machinery. The process of a coal power plant made a very dangerous and hostile work environment from the unbearable heat and steam the workers faced daily. Needless to say, surrounded by hot surfaces, injuries happened regularly. After generating power for more than 65 years, Market Street last produced power in 1973. Then it became a backup source for the city of New Orleans. The plant officially closed in 1984 due to numerous environmental violations, deeming the site a brownfield site. Over the decades, homeless have found a haven within the power plant's industrial relics, as well as graffiti artists covering the entirety of the building, inside and out. It is rumored that in 2017, a body was found floating in the flooded waters inside, and the building was drained. According to recent photos, the rising waters of the Mississippi have already reclaimed the area.
This plant has supposedly been out of commission for the last 25 years or so. And there's a black smoke emanating from the top of the tower.
Baird and other neighbors took videos of the smoke on November 21st and again this Tuesday.
I think I and many other residents here should be worried what is in fact being burned through that stack.
After various owners and various plans, there is currently no immediate plans for the abandoned Market Street power plant. Oh, that is cool. What up, y'all? So, we just got to the Market Street power plant, and it's been the craziest weather here. It's like, I can't believe it. So we got a really nice kind of drier time right now. All right. An intense feeling starts to blanket over both of us. According to Jane, at this moment, she starts to feel more uneasy every step we take closer to the power plant. As you can see, it's still raining. Everything's pretty flooded. It's been raining the last 3 days. You want to just go that way, maybe?
Which way?
That way, close to it and cut over?
Yeah, I'm not going inside.
Okay.
After all the weather, it's going to be crap.
Yeah. The door's locked. What do you think?
I think this is probably the steepiest spot we're going to get.
Well, I think we could, no. We could go around that way.
I've got like this like overwhelming like sadness and anxiety. Like I feel like there's people watching me. I feel so sad, like borderline embarrassed over something. I don't know. It's hitting me hard. So if that comes out sideways, it's not at you.
Okay.
It's just what's going on with me.
I mean,
It's gotten better since we walked away, but like I really thought I was gonna cry when we were standing by that green and pink door.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it hit me so hard. I mean, I don't know what it was. It was just like every anxiety, every fear, like.
Was Jane picking up on residual energy left from past visitors here? We found this startling footage online.
What the Oh my God!
I mean, I've experienced some dude throwing a glass jar at me here and chasing me and a couple of people around with a knife, and I mean, that's about it, but that was like a year ago that happened.
After being chased out, the group of friends revisit the power plant a year later and captures the conditions inside. Luckily, we can all live vicariously through their footage, showing just how dangerous the location has become. Major flooding has also made many areas completely inaccessible.
I think it's the basement where it would have been right here. Like part of it. Yeah, you can see how deep it is over there.
Due to the rain, our only entrance is flooded out, and because of Jane's reactions already, we choose to stay outside.
There's a light on in there, babe.
Is there?
Yeah, do you see it flashing?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a construction light.
Are we sure?
Yeah, that's like one of the like yellow lights from a construction light, but we need to do something here. I know it's scary.
That's the point though, right?
Exactly. Well, there's talks of like people living in there, and like people like photographers go in here and take photos inside. And also, many directors have used the power plant in scenes for recent TV shows and movies. So many noises coming from everywhere because of the rain.
Well, that was real loud and real direct.
I'd say right there.
Yeah, right there. It sounded like Meryl, maybe.
Oh.
All right, so I'm just gonna. Hi. It's all of them. I'm just gonna jump in and address who's ever here because you are affecting me. Can I get your name, please? What is your name? I'm only being this bossy because you jumped directly into my energy as I got closer here.
Like right when you got up.
Yeah. I'm okay. That was nice of you to ask, whoever asked that. So, okay, now that we've got the initial uncomfortables out of the way, I'm Jane, and I'd like to talk to you.
And you cannot attach to us, by the way. We are here to talk.
Thank you. Now, are there a bunch of you here? Are there a lot of you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Where are you? Are you inside? That was weird though. Did you do that? Did you bang that metal?
Just
Can you do it again?
Here, come over here. That's what those are.
Can you do it again? Do it again so the camera can see it. Okay. That was good. Yeah. So, do you like being here at the power plant? How long have you been here?
What's the same
Over
voice
a
again?
year.
I wonder if she worked here.
Yeah. Did you work here or did you hang out here?
Brandon. What was that?
It's wild when you look up at the building.
Right? It's like tough growing on it.
What kind of plants are those growing out of the side of the wall? Jane. Hi. Did you want to talk to me?
I got really lightheaded right when it said that. Maybe because I'm looking everywhere.
Who said my name? Hello. That was the same voice again. Hello. What is your name?
Queen. Thanks.
Okay. You understood? That's good. Are we safe here?
Going.
What's that building over there for? The little one.
I'm hiding. It sounded real quiet. I'm hiding. It sounded real quiet. I'm hiding. It sounded real quiet.
I'm hiding. It came through again.
Again?
Who's hiding? What are you hiding from?
Sound like kind of like a little girl.
To get
After we receive hiding through the spirit box, this corresponding response comes through.
to get
Was this little girl playing?
Came through again.
Again?
Came through again.
Again? Or was she trying to hide from something sinister?
to get
How long have you been here?
This is so scary.
Do you like all the art on the wall, all the spray paint?
Yeah. That was so loud.
Yeah.
They love talking to me.
Tell me about what's over here. Is somebody hiding over here?
Somebody. It was like right when you said somebody.
Who's hiding over here? Just you? I'm not hiding. I'm out in the sunlight.
It sounded like almost like just you.
I can't get any closer than this, but can you tell me what it's for? How do you feel about this building? Are you okay with being here? I swear to God, I just saw somebody looking out that window for a second.
Where?
That little square one right there. Like if you go by where we were standing and go straight up the first little square window that you get to.
Oh, wow.
For like a split second. Was there somebody standing in that window? Did you say peekaboo?
Yes, you did.
Play peekaboo with me again. I like it. Show up in another window.
all the things.
No more peekaboo? Are you done? How many of you are here? It sounds like there's a lot of you. Maybe, smart Alec. I kind of have this feeling like, you know when you like drop into somebody's like live feed or something and there's just like more comments than you can address, like more comments than they can address. I kind of feel like that right now.
Because they don't?
Yeah. Why shouldn't I go over there? Like, you're giving me a bad feeling. You said don't. What's over there? So can I get a direct name of somebody that wants to talk? Because there's a bunch of you here right now, and I can't really address all of you individually. I need a name for somebody. Say it again. It sounded like it said Walter and then W. All right, Walter, where are you? Are you the one playing peekaboo?
I think he's in there.
Oh, I gotta plug him a little.
Yeah.
Where are you? Right here.
Wow.
Right
it's
here.
like they're like reading your mind right before you say the full sentence they answer.
Can you tell me about the light that's in there? There are several, I know, but...
It's like a bunch of roadblocks. Get darker. Yeah. A little colder. At some point in all of our lives, we experience the unexplainable. A voice when no one is around, a tap on the shoulder when nothing is there, or the sudden feeling of static all around you, making your hair stand on end. What if, by extending our communication and tapping into what would be beyond our limits of what we perceive as reality, we can find clues and possibly answers to these ineffable events?